Hi, this is Tutor McB, and this is lesson 209. The title of today's lesson is Other Common Abbreviations, Uses, and Meanings. Yeah, I did two previous videos where I covered a lot of abbreviations, especially some more formal ones or more literary ones that we would find in writing. I'm starting to cover here ones that's probably a little bit more informal, but we still come across. And I'm just covering only about 5 or 6 today. But let's cover it. So the first one is AA. We hear this, especially in the U.S., stands for Alcoholics Anonymous. Basically, it's an organization that helps alcoholics to try to get off their addiction. Yeah, so you may come across this in stories or articles. We just give one example here. Jay goes to AA meetings several times a month. Yeah, you probably see this in a lot of movies too. People with drinking problems, and they get up in front and they talk to everybody about, all the troubles that they've had with trying to fight their addiction. Okay, let's look at the next one. AC/DC. All right, originally, this is the meaning. The original meaning refers to alternating current and direct current. Yeah, this goes all the way back to like Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla. Thomas Edison actually was the one that created DC, direct current. And Nikola Tesla created AC, which ended up being the better one because it could go in both directions. That's what AC means. But anyway, nowadays, it could actually have another more informal meaning, too, that sometimes people use it for. So let's continue with the note here. It says, nowadays, it's used about a person. It could mean that someone is bisexual. Okay, so let's look at the example here. A says, do you think Jack is gay? I think he is AC/DC. Yes. He is attracted to both sexes. So that's the way it could be used. So AC/DC could mean somebody is bisexual today, too. Okay, let's look at the next one. All right, now the next one, it could be pronounced two ways. Sometimes I hear people actually just say the letters, AKA. Or I've heard it read as ACA. I've looked it up and both seem to be used. So, of course, the meaning is also known as, it comes up a lot. Let's continue with the note here. This term is used when referring to a performer with a stage name, a writer with a pen name, or some other type of pseudonym, some other type of person that's using another name that's not their real name. But they became famous with the other name. To let people know their real name and another name they use. So let's just give some examples here. Madonna, aka Maria Ciccone, was one of the biggest pop stars through the 1980s and the 1990s. So also known as has that meaning. So you could really read it either way. You could read it as also known as. Sometimes people say ACA. Sometimes people say AKA when they're reading it. Okay, another example. Gordon Sumner, AKA Sting, was originally in a band called The Police. Yeah, so if you know the famous singer Sting, of course that's not his real name. His parents did not name him Sting. His real name is Gordon Sumner. Okay. Theodore Giselle, I guess. Aka Dr. Seuss was a famous writer for children's books. So this way we know, again, it could be pronounced AKA or Aka, or sometimes people also just read it as also known as. Okay, let's look at the next one. This one also sometimes is read by the letters, or it could be read kind of as an acronym. So you could hear some people say ASAP. I hear that a lot. Or I've also heard ASAP. So you hear both. And of course it means as soon as possible. So you might hear this in the office a lot if you're an office worker. I need this report finished ASAP or ASAP. I think I hear ASAP a little more often than ASAP, but both are used. You hear both used. Okay, last one that we're covering today, I guess AWOL. Okay, basically means absent without leave. The original use goes back to the military. So, used originally for soldiers who ran away from the army. Okay, this term is also sometimes used for someone who seems to be missing for a long time. So the first example is like with a soldier, because it's still used this way. That soldier has gone AWOL. Yeah, so if a soldier, just left, he just ran away from the army, he just didn't want to, well, go through his whole time, especially if it was a war situation, he decided he couldn't take it, he just ran away. He would be AWOL, and of course, that's illegal, they would have to search him down. That's if they know he did that. If he, of course, if he's not found dead somewhere. Or number two, where is Janet? Or this could be like in an office situation. Where is Janet? We need her. I have not seen her for hours. I don't know. Maybe she left the office and didn't tell anybody, or maybe she did something that nobody seems to know where she is. No one knows. No one knows. She seems to have gone AWOL. Or sometimes AWL is also pronounced AWOL too. So this is all of these. Several of these actually can have two ways of saying it. Okay. Anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it was informative. Thank you for your time. Bye bye.